efforts on the global stage, we are connecting the youth also to the global technological jobs. So we don't wait for them to complete the learning. They learn and they start earning at the same time.
So how many people like this good man Aden? How many people like Aden today are earning on this infrastructure?
A total of 119,000 USD.
119,000.
119,000. And the training so far, we have managed to train 390,000.
Yes. Yeah. Now, I think the cap that has existed has always been the number of people who can be trainers of trainers.
Yes.
The TOTs.
TOTs, yes.
And I remember last week I was asked, and we had already factored it in the budget.
Yes.
And I think this week, last week, we released 120 million for that process. Is that what you think?
That is the case, Your Excellency, because we are now going to have a training of trainers being facilitated by the TVET.
The School of TVET.
The School of TVET, courtesy of the Ministry of Education. And we envisage that through that training of trainers, we are going to get a minimum of 2 facilitators to conduct this training in each and every digital hub that has been set up. The total of 102. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, you wanted to say something.
Yes, thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Isaiah. I went through the same course with Aden. I never went to university. I never got an opportunity because of the background where I come from. But I said I'll use my skill or capability of what I have to make myself sustainable. So I learned web development. I was able to create different websites from different clients, international and even local. I have a good connection in German. I have so many clients I'm working with them in Germany. Actually, I even got a scholarship in the University of Luxembourg. I'm going to study there, but at least I'll pay a little bit of money. But I'm working so I can pay my school fees. And so I have a couple of examples of websites that I've done. Yes. This is one. This is Conrad Stiftung Adenoa. It's a website from Kenya. I think I'm pretty sure you're aware of them.
I know.
Yes, this is YFCS. It's in German. This is Helen Dunkel. She's an athlete. She's in German as well. I did her website. These are all through reference. Someone, I first met this first client, and then he was happy, and then he referred to me to this old client, to an extent that I got as an opportunity to work with one of a digital agency. It's called Digital Lion as their lead web developer, and so they are giving me job and they are paying me.
Okay.
Yes, so these are this example. This is Don Bosco Kakuma. This is in Kenya. It's a website for them I did. This is Digital Lion. I did actually their website. This is a platform whereby they outsource jobs and give youth. So I got an opportunity to work with them, and so I get job out of them.
Isaiah?
Yes, Isaiah.
Isaiah, are you able to, if you have more work that you can handle as Isaiah, are you able to get support from other people, maybe call in 1, 2, 3 other people to support you as you?
Yes, when I get a lot of jobs, I believe I work a lot of hours, and so I take the shortest time to complete a website. But if I have 2 websites at the same time, I have my colleague here, I usually pass the work to him. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that is what we do. We also do 3D animation, and he does that.
Okay.
Yes, but it's good in back end, I'm good in front end.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you are a gang or a team?
A team, yeah. We want to form our own agency. We are working on forming our own agency, whereby we can have jobs just coming in. Like, for instance, Adan is working with Upwork, and he gets a job for web development, and he's a graphic designer, and he can't do it. He outsourced the job to us, and we do it, and we grow. As the team is also learning, we want to create a space for them so that when they come up, we can easily be in the market and give them opportunity to start direct working for clients. Yes.
2 final things, Adan and Isaiah. Now, that gentleman there, John, is our PS for ICT.
Yes.
What are you telling, John? What are you telling Adan, Isaiah, Boni, and the rest of the good people here in terms of access? What is the strategy of your department, your State Department, on how to get more opportunities, more sources of work for people like Aden, Isaiah, and these good people?
Your Excellency, we are enabling Aden and the entire young people of Kenya to be able to access global opportunities in the digital space. First, we want to ensure they have the facilities, as Aden has asked, one in every world. Now starting with the TVET, the 102. And also we want to ensure that anyone who is accessing any of these platforms, whether it's remote tasks, Upworks, or any other jobs they access, is done to the required quality. And for that reason, the training that is starting for training of trainers is very important, because we need to brand the Kenyan talent, we need to brand Kenya, so that anyone in the world who is seeking their jobs to be done, they know if they deliver it to Kenya, it will be done timely, quality, and it will meet their requirements. So the training component is good, not for that individual, but for the entire country. We are also working to enhance the global connectivity. Like here in Kitale, we have enhanced connectivity all the way from Eldoret, Kitale to Nadaban, the border of South Sudan, to be able to have a broadband connectivity, the digital super highway.
To make the connectivity much more efficient.
Yeah, so that we can connect many other places. We are also going to work with other players to ensure we increase the number of platforms that they can access opportunities.
That's the one I wanted to know. Platforms. We have remote tasks, we have Upworks.
We have also the training which is taking place in Nairobi for the trainers will be training on 7 platforms, different from these 2.
Okay.
And those who are contract jobs, where the job aggregator enters into a contract with the job source and now avail these jobs to the taskers like Ada. So that will increase the number of platforms towards 10 that the Kenyans can access. Your Excellency, we've also discussed with our local ecosystem in Kenya, including Safaricom, to build a Kenyan platform that will also avail talent there. And over time also, we introduce jobs on those platforms. Yes. So we want to make it sustainable, we want to make it local, and we want also to make sure that work being done by any Kenyan is quality.
Yes. Let me ask you one question, Isaiah.
Yes.
Do you have a letter of appointment from anywhere?
No. No.
Do you have to wear a tie to go to work?
No.
So, this is the new phase of work.
Yes.
You must not necessarily have a tie. I have a problem with many people who tell me you are doing the wrong thing. We want young people to go to an office, put on a good suit. That is when they are seen to be working. But the nature of work has changed. Yes. Nowadays, work is on a computer, work is in the site, work in different places,
Yes.
And you don't necessarily, I have told Chungwa and Magufuli here, they need to change the laws of Kenya. Employment has changed. There are people who are still insisting that you can't work for that company in Germany unless they give you a letter of appointment.
Yes.
Are you looking for a letter of appointment or you are looking for work?
I'm looking for work. In fact, I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I haven't tried.
But you have worked for them, they have paid you, and you are moving on.
Yes. Mr. President, I had a question. We're having a challenge, actually, as freelancers, getting the local jobs. Because if I pitch maybe to His Excellency, I want to do a website for you, they'll ask me, where have you studied? I have a challenge with that. But if I'm writing an email or just a proposal to anyone outside, they'll ask me, what have you done? And then I just show them my portfolio and they tell me, you can work for me. So that is a challenge that I'm encountering when working for the local clients.
For local people,
it's a challenge. Yeah, they need paper. They need. Where did you study? That's a challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I think people are listening.
Yes, it's with line.
And that's why I'm telling Shumwa and these of ours, they need to rethink the whole law legislation. Here, Alan, the whole legislation, so that we can enable people like Isaiah, who may not necessarily have a university degree, but you can see their work. You know, what they can do, the skill they have acquired is what sells. You know, the delivery of the job is what matters, not the amount of papers they have in terms of certificates.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice work.
Aya, asanteni sana. So I'm very happy to be in this community ICT hub here in Kitale town. I am truly pleased that you guys, and I have listened to Aden here, I have listened to Isaiah there, and Bonnie, and they speak a story that resonates with all of you here. That this ICT hub is giving a chance to you through learning on being trained on this digital space. You can monetize your talent. You can work from here, work for foreign companies, not just in Kenya, in Europe, in America, in Asia, in many parts of the world. I have listened to Adan. He's been given a chance for tasks where he earns money from different parts of the world, Germany, you know, Kenya, Tanzania, and many other areas. When we made a commitment, when we went to elections, many people may not have known what we were saying. We were saying, under the 5th pillar on digital superhighway, we wanted to create a digital infrastructure that was going to give us opportunity for millions of young people like you to have access to the internet, to have access to computer infrastructure, and so that you can tap into the opportunity that exists in the digital space. The jobs that exist there, digital jobs that exist there. It's also going to enhance our e-commerce. And it is the same reason why we are digitizing all government services. Because we are moving into the digital space, and all business, all commerce, all transaction, government services will be available on a digital platform. And it gives then an opportunity for all of us to work and for many young people to have access to job opportunities. We all know, and I am talking to you because they say it is the wearer of the shoe who know where it pinches most. So we all know that the biggest challenge we have as a country is the challenge of unemployment. We have millions of young people out of school with certificates, with diplomas, with degrees, but they don't have jobs. And jobs will not happen. They will have to be created. What is it that we do to create jobs? We have taken the decision as a government that we are going to create jobs in our housing program. That is why I am going to be launching here the program on the way to 10,000 housing units in Trans-Nzoia. That will give close to 20,000 young people in Trans-Nzoia an opportunity to work as architects, as engineers, quantity surveyors, plumbers, masons, electricians, and all manner of steel fixers, people working in our cement factories, people working in our steel factories, people working in our quarries and all manner of places. That all work. It has to be thought through, it has to be designed, and it has to be delivered. The other space is the digital space. And that is why this ICT hub is very important to me, because I know how important it is to people like Adan. It is because of an ICT hub like this that Adan in the last 2.5 months has earned close to 140,000. Right? So that's important. And as we talk to you, you have heard the CS for ICT. We have ICT hubs like this already in 102 Tibet institutions, including community ones like this one in Kitale. Sorry. And already we have 119,000 people like Adan and Isaiah there and Bonnie there that are earning from this digital space. 119,000. I was in Nandi County yesterday. I went to one ICT hub in Kaiboi National Polytechnic, and there were 50 young people like Adan who are already monetizing their talent. And that is the case in many other institutions. I was in Kisi. I was actually in Game in one of the community ICTs like this one. This is one of the strategies we are having as a government, because unless we deliberately, intentionally work on programs that will create jobs like this, we will continue to have millions of our young people in the streets, jobless, and we will continue the crisis of unemployment in Kenya. Are we together? The other opportunity that will be available to other young people like you is in the export of labor. We've worked on bilateral labor agreements across the different parts of the world. I was explaining that last week, for those of you who follow the news. We put on the newspaper opportunities for the first 2,500 nurses going to Saudi Arabia. And apart from that 2,500 nurses, we have opportunities like those for 500,000 Kenyans to work in different parts of the world. Why? Because we have good talent. Our human capital is premium. And we need to use our human capital to drive our development and our economy. And because we have good talent, that's why we're also investing heavily in education. We have committed this year the largest budget in education. 650 billion this year is going to education. We have put money in TVETs, additional money. We have put additional money in the universities. We have hired another 56,000 teachers for our primary and secondary schools. Just last week, we released 120 million shillings for the School of TVET to train more trainers who will come and train people like Adan and the rest of you in ICT hubs. Again, it is not by guesswork. It has to be deliberate. It has to be intentional. Do you understand what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like asking the people who are complaining about me looking for opportunities for Kenyans beyond our borders. You know, I asked my friends on the other side, I had them complaining, oh, why is the president going to look for Kenyans abroad? He should be looking for Kenyans locally. Now, I'm asking myself, do you care where you work? Does it matter whether you work here or whether you work elsewhere, whether you work on the internet or whether you work in mjengo or whether you work in export of labor? Si tulisema kazi ni kazi? Ama namna gani? And you see, I dare ask my competitors, okay, at least I have a plan through housing to create jobs, through digital jobs and ICT infrastructure like this one to create digital jobs, through export labor, through bilateral labor agreements to create export labor for export. Apart from organizing a few youths to go and do maandamano, what is their plan? Beyond maandamano, what is their plan for job creation in Kenya? They need to tell us. Mumesikia mpango yao beyond maandamano ya kupanga ajira ya kwa vijana wa Kenya? Sio watu wanatuhadaa. Ama namna gani? Wakati walipata nafasi wakatuambia twende rege. Sasa rege ni mzuri lakini surely. So really, I really want to say congratulations. Thank you, Alan Chesang and the team that is what you are working with on this ICT hub and all the other, you have our support. And we are going to replicate this. What you see in this ICT hub, we are replicating this in 1,450 wards in Kenya. Yeah? And we want to give as many young people in Kenya, across Kenya, an opportunity like the one you have. Na sasa kupita hapo, kila mtu atakuwa anajitetea. Si namna hiyo? So, mjipange, you have our support. We will continue to deploy fiber optic across Kenya. We will continue to make internet available. We will continue to support this computer program. In fact, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to take this na huyo Isaya na ule mwingine, tutawaambia sasa mambo ya hapa imetosha, tutamtafutia kompyuta ajipange kwake, atakuwa anafanya kazi kwake. Ndio hapa mahali huyu hada na meketi, tutafute mtu mwingine ya si ndio? Si mtu akishapata skill na amepata connection, si anasonga. Ndio tunapatia mtu mwingine nafasi, na yeye akifika pale aende apange tena, atafute watu wengine wasaidiane. That's how we are going to create opportunities enough for all of us in Kenya. And so I just wanted to tell you, as I tell many young people in Kenya like you, that we are looking out for you. We will do our best. We will work hard. We will work smart to make sure that we give an opportunity to as many young people in Kenya as we can, because it is our duty and responsibility as a government, and especially those of us who are leaders. Are we together? So, mujikaze, mufanye bidii, we will continue to do this. And I want people like Aden to speak out, people like Isaiah, to mentor other young people, show them the way, you know, introduce them to the space, the referrals you are getting, make sure you don't hoard them. You also, you know, give that opportunity to other young people. That's how we are going to change our country. So, asanteni sana, nawapenda sana, nawatakia heri. God bless you and a happy new year. Asanteni, you want to say hello to me? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Asanteni sana.